Hello, I'm Dr. Julie Maurer with the John Glenn College of Public Affairs at The Ohio State University in Columbus, Ohio. I'm pleased to be here today to share with you my poster presentation on the effective self-directed learning activities for our Master's in Public Administration Policy Simulation and Modeling course. This course was developed by Dr. David Landsbergen and I, and was offered synchronously as an online course in fall of 2022. There's an increasing interest in using system dynamics to improve public policy design. Our aim in this course was to raise awareness of this approach and engage learners with SD tools designed to support policy-related decision-making, such as En-ROADS. It's important for public policy and administration students to enter the workforce with an understanding of why they should reduce their reliance on intuition and evidence-based strategies that consider only snapshots in time when addressing complex or wicked problems. Systems thinking can help them learn that these issues are resistant to policy interventions due to underlying dynamics within systems, including feedback loops. They also learn the benefit of simulating policy scenarios in a computer-based environment, exploring policy effects using different inputs to better understand the impact of unintended consequences when policies fail. They see that this approach avoids unnecessary costs, foregoing the time and expense of full implementation and traditional evaluation approaches. We employed the tenets of andragogy, a theory popularized by Malcolm Knowles in the 1970s and defined as the method and practice of teaching adult learners. The 6 basic principles of andragogy include the learner's need to know, their self-concept, prior experience of the learner, their readiness to learn, orientation to learning, and motivation to learn. At a very high level, adults prefer to have more control of their learning, in fact, to be the driver of it. In my poster, I further unpack how we apply this theory in our instructional design approach. One example of how we allowed students to control their learning process is the self-directed final project assignment. Our MPA students were from various fields of study, including political science, engineering, public health, and natural resources management. Therefore, they had diverse public policy perspectives and interests. We allowed them to choose a policy problem that was related to their area of study and their work experience if they had any. For example, one public health student worked for the county public health agency. Not surprisingly, she developed a basic model of various COVID-19 related public health policies. This slide lists the 9 components of this assignment for your reference. We engage students in various ways, providing feedback on a one-on-one basis through peer review and evaluation of their final presentations. So many of these models from our students were just excellent. I wish I had more time to share all of them. Instead, I'll overview one student's model here. She examined policies aimed at improving post-secondary credential attainment rates in Ohio's public higher education system. The Ohio Department of Higher Education, set a 65% post-secondary education attainment goal among Ohioans 25 to 64 years of age. She used the model to break down post-secondary education credentials and groups of students into categories, then thought about the various external factors impacting their enrollment and completion of degree and certificate programs. She used publicly available data to train her model and based her policy scenarios on actual policy questions. She asked, is subsidizing tuition, hiring more instructions and building more classrooms, or funding student tutoring and academic counseling the best use of taxpayer money? Where do we spend our dollars? This slide shows her model output, and the poster displays the section of her model that addresses non-traditional student enrollment in the overall system. The full model also considered traditional students entering college immediately after high school graduation. She also expressed that she gained insights regarding ways that progress could be made toward the attainment goal, in addition to the quote that's shared on this slide. This gave her more optimism about the ability of policies to positively impact the higher education system in our state. Initially, she was a bit skeptical about the attainment goals value. Indicators that our course objectives were met and that these andragogical strategies worked include all students created working basic policy models of their policy problems. They all remain in the class for the full term, which for online courses is not often the case. And the average student evaluation of instruction scores were 4.7 out of 5. The students recognized the value of SD modeling and policy analysis, given the insights that they shared both in class, in our conversations one-on-one, and in their final project reports. I'm happy to provide any additional information and answer any questions you may have. Thank you.